What's up, dudes and dudettes in the internet? My name's Scythe, and we are back here on another Trove. And I'm just sitting here talking with Mark, and he actually just told me that the recent dev stream, which was already a couple days ago by the time this video ends up going up. I've been so busy, everybody. That's why we kind of took a couple days off from the Trove series, just to have like unboxing videos and stuff like that so that I could catch up on all my recording, right? But that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool idea, where apparently what the devs want to end up eventually doing is the costume video effects should be interchangeable between all of the costumes. Now, that's actually a really good idea. I actually thought about that one a very long time ago, back when Trove was more about items just being for vanity purposes, and I think that's fantastic. I think that's a great direction for it to go. But anyways, how y'all doing today, folks? Hope you're doing fantastically wonderful. Hope this video makes your day even better. And I really do hope that you are having a fantastic day, everybody. It is just... it's been crazy here lately, honestly speaking. It ended up snowing, and that doesn't really happen as often where I'm currently living. It did where I used to, like where I grew up, but here recently, it doesn't snow often. So I've been saying lately, you know, it's kind of like our own little miracle, because, you know, Scarlett's, my fiance, is finally here and everything like that. Speaking of which, thank you to Potent Shadow. We're going to give away a cursed spider and a winter pinata to go with the season. And thank you to Ronald0806. We'll be giving away a contorting templator. Okay, it's the Eye of Cthulhu ally, all right? And if you want to win any of those, folks, you gotta like the video, be subscribed to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section down below with your username, and Scarlet the Spider will respond to the winner and let you know, hey dude, you ended up winning, and you catch either myself, Nintendo Gamer, and Game, or just join my Discord. Links are in the description for that. So for today, I thought that we'd take a break from the usual crazy seriousness that's been going on and just kind of hang out. I don't think, I'm gonna have to double check my calendar to make sure when this video ends up going up, but I don't think there's going to be any patches this Tuesday, folks. I'll have to double check with that. You know, as I'm recording this, of course, it's already a couple days before that, so I don't really know if there's any patch notes or anything like that. But as far as I know, next week is when they're gonna have the big game breaking patch, right? The one that's going to make chaos chests untradeable and everything like that. But most of all, just the classes being grindable. So I'm stoked about that. You know, even though I already have all the classes and stuff, I'm still very excited about that either way. Over there is the boss. I don't care what you say. Thank goodness for this mod. This should really be a thing. You know, like the fun fact, there's actually a couple mods that actually come pre-installed with Trove now, from what I hear. One of them, of course, is just the standard one where shadow drop auras and the radiant drop auras and stuff like that. As far as I've heard anyways, those come standard with the game now as soon as you reinstall it. So that's great if that's actually the case. I mean, you know, I didn't test it out for myself. It's not like I'm gonna reinstall this stupid game or anything, right? But I think that's fantastic, and hopefully it means that they're going to have that on the console version, because that'll be great, won't it? Now, I've mentioned this in a vlog video. I thought I would mention it here. Joe keeps going on about this lately, and, well, honestly speaking, I think it's pretty sad myself, too. So, Trove on consoles, apparently, you know, subject to change, of course, because here's hoping, fingers crossed, I think they're gonna end up releasing Trove on console very soon. Like, I'm pretty sure they're trying to aim for 2016, so by the end of the year, plus that's what this Pinata event is all supposed to be and everything like that, so we'll see what ends up happening, fingers crossed here. Otherwise that means I gotta buy Xbox Live again. Ugh, I don't really want to do that, but whatever, that's just how it goes, right? Needless to say, Trove apparently is going to be 1080p, okay, that's good, 30 frames. I mean, like, I knew that this game was unoptimized, but really? Like, the devs couldn't figure that one out? I mean, hopefully that ends up changing before it ends up getting released on consoles, because otherwise, honestly speaking, I think that's already just gonna be, you know, especially with the console market, you know how picky console players are, where they're sitting here going, you know, it's gotta be Call of Duty speed, it has to be at 60 frames, and if it's not, I mean, what are they gonna do? Now, That said, you know, it should be okay so long as it's at least a steady 30 frames. But honestly speaking, you know, when we're sitting here in pinata farms and stuff like that, and we get like, you know, even my monster computer gets a little bit of slowdown. Most of all, I think that's just because this game in itself kind of bottlenecks your computer, especially because I'm not using the multi-threading, so I'm not using my other cores and blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Computer stuff, whatever. I'm just saying that I'm excited, but also kind of dreading what's going to end up happening when the console version comes out. Either it's going to end up coming out and it's going to be really, really good for a little while, and then slowly kind of, you know, the excitement will slowly end up going away just as the game takes 50 years to develop anything that's actually worthwhile, or it's going to come out and flop really, really hard. I think they might actually be able to pull it off, though, folks, honestly speaking. Because, and I kind of ended up, there's a few other YouTubers that I'm subscribed to that, you know, they're not necessarily huge, big-time YouTubers or anything like that, but I've been watching them for years, right? You know, B00-100 was actually my inspiration for getting into YouTube as a professional career in general, right? And he's got this buddy, Generic B, who, if you like the Minecraft series and stuff like that, you'll probably recognize from a million years back, he ended up doing the Hermitcraft series, right? He was very, very popular for that one. But the only point that I'm trying to get at is he ended up having this video maybe a couple weeks ago where he was kind of talking about just YouTube and how, you know, the algorithms are changing and all that stuff. I don't want to bore you with all that stuff too much because I talk more about that stuff in the vlog videos rather than just in the Trove series. But needless to say, he was dead right about one thing where he said, he was saying that he thinks that the biggest reason that there hasn't been as much hype on YouTube in general is the fact that the games this year have sucked. And that I surprisingly can agree with, you know, because you look back at this year and it's like, really, what did we have? We didn't really have that much, you know. There was, I mean, I guess there was that Arkham game at the earlier part of the year, but that was like a completely unoptimized piece of poop on the PC. And I mean, maybe there was like, was GTA on PC or was that 2015? I don't even know. But needless to say, even if it was this year, yeah, that's not necessarily the most exciting because Grand Theft Auto was already out anyways. And, you know, even for this time of year, all we really have is that Skyrim Special Edition, which isn't a new Elder Scrolls game, and they're trying to, you know, push the whole, like, Elder Scrolls Online. And lots of people, by the way, I do want to mention this, because lots of you Trovers have been asking me about this. I actually have an Elder Scrolls Online series that I did with my brother. It's got quite a few episodes, too, so you can check that out. That game, in no regard, is new. Like, they're trying to act like that game's new. That is a very, very old game. It's been out for a very, very long time, like seriously. And even it going free to play, it's actually been free to play for a very long time. The biggest reason that they're pushing all the advertisements for it lately is because of the, I think, did it recently release on console or recently go free on console? I don't know. It's actually a fantastic game, despite the fact that it wasn't particularly popular. One of the great MMOs out there, especially if you're an Elder Scrolls fan. Like seriously, I would highly recommend it. It's a little bit slower paced than a game like Trove for sure, but there's so many things that are so good about that game. Why we stopped playing it though is just because, you know, we kind of lost our time together. Like I used to regularly, for anyone just tuning into the series, I used to regularly do videos with my brother, but I'm not making nearly enough off of YouTube to sustain two individuals. Plus he wanted to kind of go off and do his own thing, and you know, even though every now and then we'll do like special videos together and stuff like that, absolutely love my brother, like seriously, but yeah, we don't get to record any videos anymore. So that's kind of what ended up happening with that series. But anyways, the only point that I'm trying to get at, I kind of digress there, but yeah, just the fact that there hasn't been any games out for this year, and that I think is one of the reasons why I could see Trove actually becoming a thing on console, because the longer that nothing ends up coming out for the console market, the longer that Trove, I think, could potentially end up being popular. Not to mention, as far as PC is concerned, you know, we've got alternatives. You know, there's lots of other games out there, lots of other free-to-play MMO games and stuff like that. Console? not so much. They're only starting to get into those more recently, and especially when it comes to voxel games. You know, on PC, we've got plenty of voxel games on Steam. Lots and lots of different games, like seriously. Yeah, even just, there's so many, like seriously. But as far as console is concerned, no, not so much, you know, because it's a much crazier process to actually get games to come out on the console than it is for PC. And the only point that I'm trying to get at is devs hopefully are not underappreciating the fact that I think Trove could potentially end up doing very, very well if they end up marketing it properly and stuff like that, you know? First of all, they gotta get those old alpha footage from, like, they gotta change all the trailers and screenshots and stuff like that, because if you didn't know, and this frustrated me for the longest time, the trailer that they have on the consoles right now for Trove coming soon on consoles is alpha footage from the PC version, not console version, which to me technically isn't that misleading? Aren't they not allowed to do that? I mean, maybe they are, because it's just kind of a port rather than something new. But I don't know. I mean, I think that's the other big reason too that a lot of these weird design choices have been coming to the game, where they're kind of dumbing down our PC version so that they can port it to the console without having as much problems, you know, because that's the thing too, is even the whole chaos chess method and stuff like that, while not a good method for PC gaming at all, like I still think that it's really a bad decision. But if you think about console, not too bad. You know, I could see that. Microtransactions, people just being addicted to buying the chaos chest, trying to get their loot up and trying to get all the items. Potentially. I mean, maybe if they do it right, I don't know. But needless to say, that is all the time that we have. In fact, I went a little bit overtime, so I'm sorry about that, but I would very much appreciate if you would hit that like button, be subscribed to the channel. No, that's for the prizes. Hit that like button, subscribe for more daily content, whatever, who cares. Thanks for watching. Either way, everybody, sayonara, stay epic, have a fantastic day.